Further, we'll see some reflexes in humans which are very common, like natural. Only the examples are given. Knee jerk, in which the leg is involuntarily extended as a result of a sharp tap below the kneecap, and a relaxed leg rested on the other leg while sitting. Okay, पाँव के ऊपर पाँव रख के बैठने का जो सीन है उसी के बारे में एक्सप्लेन किया है, नी जर्क. Then quick closing of the eyelid when an object suddenly approaches the eye and when strong beam of light is flashed across. Okay, eyelids close हो जाती है अगर कोई चीज़ आँख के अंदर जा रही है तो immediately your eye first of all closes and you start rubbing it or see. और अगर कोई पार्टिकल ज़्यादा चला गया है तो टीयर्स के साथ वो नीचे फ्लश आउट हो जाता है. Then withdrawal of a hand or any part when body, just a second, when a body part of body when suddenly picked up. Then peristaltic, chyme food is propelled through the small intestine by the peristaltic waves. When a portion of the intestine becomes distended with chyme, the stretching of the intestinal wall becomes a stimulus and contraction takes place. Chyme is nothing in the digestive system. When the food is present inside the stomach, it mixes with dilute HCl. That food is then called as chyme. This chyme, when as you all know, stomach is the temporary food area for the temporary storage area for the food, so it stays for 2 to 3 hours, then it has to be moved towards the small intestine for the further complete digestion process. So when it starts moving, the contraction and relaxation of the sphincter muscles takes place, and then that movement is being carried out. Coughing reflex, when the food is being swallowed and enters the windpipe. Sneezing, when any irritant thing or material enters the nose. Okay, and conditioned one. Conditioned or the acquired reflexes, most of the daily habits and acts are conditioned reflexes. Like seeing the teacher entering the classroom, you stand up. You tie your shoelaces while talking and not knowing whether you are first putting the right or left. You have an habit of it. Playing on a musical instrument. Using the keys of the keyboard while working on the computer. Giving a hand signal to your right automatically when you are turning the cycle or a car. Applying brake in your vehicle if someone suddenly comes in front of you. These are some of the examples how the conditioned reflexes takes place. See, difference between natural and conditioned reflexes. Natural is inborn, where no experience is required, while conditioned is developed by experience or learning only. Natural directly related to the stimulus, condition brought about by conditionally different from the direct initial stimulus. Okay, we are being practicing for this, and then you get this condition reflexes. Then next point, similar in all humans among all individuals, while over here it is different in different individuals. जैसी practice आप दे रहे हो, जैसी habit आप दे रहे हो, उसके accordingly condition reflexes works. In the next one, nervous pathways in reflexes. A very simple pathway is being shown how the process is being carried out. And just see in this figure what is being told when you get the stimulation. Okay, when you get the stimulation, see this, when you get the stimulation, then it moves to the receptor in the sense organ. Okay, afferent sensory or the nerve fibers. Okay, that is sensory neuron. Then it moves towards the brain or the spinal cord where it is being analyzed. Then through the effector or the motor nerve, the information is passed towards the muscle, and then muscles act whether they have to secrete or whether they have to contract. The similar pathway is shown in the diagram below. Stimulus, receptor, sensory neuron, brain or spinal cord, motor neuron, effector, and response. Okay, this figure is important. You learn this series as if the reflex arc works on this only. Okay, the terms are given. Some of the terms like reflex arc, the shortest route that can be taken by an impulse from a receptor to an effector. Okay, that is the pathway. ये जो pathway हमने अभी study किया, right from the stimulus to the response, this pathway together is called as the reflex arc. Receptor, it is the specialized epithelial cell in contact with the terminal ending, जहाँ पे आपको stimulation मिल रहा है. where it gets converted into the impulse and pass it towards the sensory neuron. Then sensory neuron, the neuron in the spinal cord that receives nerve impulses through its axon and then give it to the another, you can say interior neuron, intermediate neuron, or to the other one. CNS, the spinal cord, it is a region in the spinal cord or brain where incoming sensory impulse generates the outgoing motor impulse. In the center, there may be an association, or you can say intermediate neuron. Motor, it carries the impulse generated by the association to the effector. An effector is the muscle through which the contraction or glandular secretion takes place. So this is the whole pathway through which the process is being carried out. Okay. One topic we left out, that is about complex reflex action. Again it is a mixture. जैसे हम लोग ने देखा था, there are some kind of mixed neuron. So we are talking about this. For example, this is just a thought. One example is given over here, that while you are walking and you have your leg, while walking in the dark on a road, if you happen to step on a coiled piece of rope, you suddenly jump aside with the fear that snake is being present. So these are the reflexes which are being mixed up. Brain, spinal cord, both they are being working, and then it is being carried out. Okay. So this is all about the brain, spinal cord, and the nervous system, how it works and how it is being carried out. In the next we'll see the sensory parts of the nervous system, that is eyes, ears, etc.